Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Rachel Zerin here with a thought for Shabbat. I want to start this week by sharing a story with you. It's a story of when I was maybe 13 or 14 years old. I had recently started babysitting and I took my well-earned money to the mall. I bought something, took my change and started putting it in my wallet when I realized that two of the bills had stuck together so that I'd actually received more change than I had paid in the first place. I turned back around to the young woman at the register and handed her one of the $10 bills, saying, "I think you gave this to me by accident." Instead of being grateful, she gave me a funny look and said, "Why would you do that? You could have just kept it." I was so shocked by her response, I honestly don't remember what I said. I probably mumbled something about I thought it was the right thing to do. But this exchange has stuck with me. And over the years, I've reflected on her question. Why would you do that? You could have just kept it. I think that somewhere in my mind, I knew that I wanted to live in a world not just of fairness and honesty, but a world in which we all look out for each other. Because I knew at the end of the day, someone would have to account for that missing $10. I wanted to live in a world where we all took responsibility for each other, even if we ourselves did not stand to benefit from it, even if it meant some loss to ourselves. We find a similar lesson in this week's parasha, even if it does come through a very different kind of story. This week we read the double Parashat of Matot-Masei, the final two parshiot of the book of Numbers. As our people prepare to enter the land of Israel, the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh realize that the land they are already in on the other side of the Jordan is actually best suited for them. And so they ask Moses if they can stay there. Moses is concerned on the impact this will have on the others. First off, it means that these tribes will not go into battle with the other Israelites, weakening their chances of conquering the land. But perhaps more importantly, it might instill fear and anxiety in the other tribes, making them afraid to cross the Jordan as well. After expressing these concerns seemingly without hesitation, these 2.5 tribes say, "Let us set up our homes so that we can establish safe spaces for our wives, our children, our animals, and then we will come with you. We will fight with you. We will go to battle alongside you, not for our own benefit, but to make sure that each and every one of our fellow Israelites has a land of their own. Only then will we come back to where we already are to settle in our own homes." In other words, let us take responsibility for your own well-being, and then we will look out for ourselves as well. This is a powerful lesson, one that gives rise to the rabbinic saying, Kol Yisrael arevim ze bazeh, all of us are responsible one for another, even if we don't stand to benefit from taking that responsibility, even if taking that responsibility might come at a loss to ourselves. Because our tradition wants us to create a world in which we are all responsible for each other, in which we all take care of each other, regardless of whether or not we benefit from it ourselves. With that teaching in mind, may we all have a Shabbat Shalom, and may we all work towards creating that world, one in which we all care for each other, and in which we know that in return, we will be equally cared for. Shabbat Shalom.